Hey, it's Friday night. I'm gonna film this Mobius now. This is just gonna be a behind the scenes of how I do it. I'm not gonna be able to do many question and answers, but you're gonna get a behind the scenes look of what it takes to do a unboxing. This is a really big robot vacuum cleaner. So I do apologize. I'm not going to be able to get to comments too often, but just kind of a behind the scenes of how things are done. We're just going to get set up here and all right, this should give us a good view. This is how I do my unboxing. These things are getting super heavy. I've got my notes. I've got all my notes that I'm going to talk about. Tape measure, special notes. I got my microphone on. First thing I do is an audio check. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it's Friday night and we can get started. All right, this is going to be a big one, so I'll do 2 takes. Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do the unboxing, the first look, how to set up for the first time, and a detailed review on this brand new Mova Mobius 60. This robot vacuum cleaner retails for $1,600. That is exactly what I paid for it. It's not on sale yet. I did buy this with my own money and I wasn't paid for this video, but I do use links. So if you purchase the product using a link that pops up in this video or on my website, justadadapproved.com, the product won't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. We're going to find out if this gets the Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. I just finished up doing the Dream Matrix 10. I love that robot, but this is going to be the highly competition between these two. So I will be doing a comparison between these two, but this is going to be the first look. So in this video, extremely heavy box, we're going to unbox it. We're going to set it up. There'll be some assembly. We're going to connect it to our phone. Then we're going to map our house. I'll show you how to edit the map. We'll go through recommended settings. Then we'll actually do a first clean. We'll clean the world famous Just a Dad corner cleaning studio. And then we'll go over here and clean up the carpet. We'll put some big messes down just to see how it does for the first cleaning. Look for follow-up videos on this, but this is super exciting. Yep, if you're joining, this is the behind the scenes, and I'm doing the unboxing. Sorry, I'm not able to get to comments or anything. I've just got the computer sitting over there, so. All right, what do I do next? Yeah, we got to cut it open. Now, I did purchase this off of Amazon, and Amazon offers a service for like 20 extra bucks. They will put this in a room in your house. I do recommend getting that because it's too much for one person to carry, but 2 people could carry it, but it is extremely heavy. These robots are getting very heavy and very large, so. But I'm going to show you the unboxing here. We're going to take each part out individually. Okay, looks like we got some instructions, the quick start guide. Here is some cardboard. It's like a box of stuff. All right, we got a ramp. And I will be showing everybody how to put all this together. All right, there's our box of goodies. We've got, this is what this robot's for, the different styles of mop pads. Solutions, instructions, 2 solutions. Here's the robot. Now it's heavy, but there should be a handle on the other. Yeah, there's a handle on the other side. So grab it by the handle and lift it up and down. I run out of room quick with these big ones. Okay, let's open up the robot and see what we get. All right. Now, be careful. This bag's usually wrapped around the side brush, so I recommend cutting it. Again, if you're just joining, we're just doing a live stream. This is the behind the scenes. I'm not able to really answer any questions or anything, but maybe towards the end I will. This is what I'm doing for my main video that I'll be putting on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, the bag is wrapped around this brush, and that's kind of a delicate thing, so we want to cut that off and be careful with it. There's a sticker on here. It does have a camera on the front, but it talks about this TUV standard where it keeps the privacy local. I'm not sure how all that works though. Okay, the next part is the base, and it's heavy. I'm going to put this on the side, and I'm going to bring it out onto the table. Thankfully, I can lift my desk up. Okay, I've got it positioned here. Instead of trying to lift it out of the box, I'm just going to slide it out of the box. Now, we might have to take some of this cardboard. I'm looking for a handle or something. Let me do some more research. I never could find a handle. I don't recommend using the bag. I did kind of have the bag help pull it out, but I wouldn't lift it up by the bag. Yeah, I couldn't really find a handle, and I couldn't get these pieces of cardboard out. They were kind of wedged in there. So that is going to be tricky lifting that base out. So I do recommend sliding it out. There's the handles. So now everything goes back in the box. heavy. Okay, we want to take this out, or no, we got to open this up first. Yeah, and then take lots of packaging here. Lots of packaging. This. So this. Also this is kind of, there's like a belt drive here for this. There, looks pretty cool. We got some tape kind of everywhere. Oh, that's to keep the lid off. So let's take all the tape off. More tape. Okay, I'm going to get everything laid out, then we'll go over everything. But that base station was extremely heavy, so be careful. Now this next process takes a while. What you're going to see here, I'm talking to the YouTube live stream. What you're going to see here, I got to tape over QR codes because I'm going to post, I'll post this video in 2 places. Now I can't post all the video, but there's going to be, I'll do a certain section for Amazon. And Amazon, I can put a video on Amazon. I'm an Amazon influencer, and they don't like QR codes. So there's automation behind the scenes that scrub these videos. And if they see a QR code, which is all over the place, they don't allow your video. They think I'm putting a QR code on here to direct people off of the Amazon website, which that's not the case, but the AI doesn't know that. So I've got to go through and I got to scrub all these QR codes. So if you've ever wondered, why does he put black tape on everything? Well, that's because certain sections, certain parts of my videos I put on Amazon. Amazon doesn't want the really long, Amazon videos they don't want hour-long videos. They want snippets. People want to see what's in the box. They want to see some quick things for it. So I'll take snippets of this video and put it on Amazon. But I have to tape over QR codes, addresses, phone numbers. It's just very cumbersome. If I don't, and I kind of do it a little overboard, because if I don't do it, then I can't upload the video. So see this? If I show that in the video, they're not going to like that. YouTube doesn't care. But Amazon, I put this, I'll have an unboxing video on Amazon, and their AI, that's just a QR code that's for the factory when they built this, but it does not like it. It flags it as address or something. So that's the reason for all the black tape. I know, it's a little weird. It took me a long time to figure that out. So I've got 2 rolls of black tape. I try not to cover up good information. But unfortunately, I do have to cover up. I try to leave the amperage. People want to know the amperage. It's the same as the Dream, 640 watts. Yeah. And if I show any of the box can't have shipping labels on it. Oh, big QR code right on top. I will be doing more live streams where I take questions. I just thought I would throw the live stream on tonight, just so you could see behind the scenes, kind of what you know. It's a Friday night. I'm here by myself. Everybody's been asking for this video. I've had the robot for about a week. I've just been too busy. After Prime Days, I actually had to take some time off and do some stuff around the house. So I got to go through, open every door, make sure there's no QR codes. This always has one on it. It's a 2-solution tank where the Dream has 3. That's not that big a deal though, because you can put the other solution in. It's really nice. Here's the famous robot. It looks like an V50 or an X50. It might clean a little bit better, but not much. Always losing my tape. There's a QR code down here I got to tape over. I got to tape over the QR code that we use for setup. But I take the tape off. And I got to print a label. So there's a lot of prep work goes in. This is kind of the boring part. But at least you get to see behind the scenes of what's going on. How I make the first look. These videos can get super long, and especially if something goes wrong. I do have memberships, so if you want a special emoji for like live streams and stuff, right now I've only got like 4 emojis, but the more memberships I get, I'm going to do like Team Dream, Team Mova, Team Roborock. You know, we're just going to have fun with it. Mop rollers against spinning mop pads, so. If you join that membership, you get you can pick your emoji. I'm glad they redesigned this door. This door has been redesigned a little bit. So if you're just joining, this is just a behind the scenes on YouTube. It's a behind the scenes of how I do a live stream or how I do a first look, you know. And the reason I'm taping stuff over is because I'm going to show this product on Amazon. Amazon doesn't like barcodes, QR codes, phone numbers. The video has to be kind of sterile. Amazon doesn't want people taking them off of their website. So we're gonna stage it for pictures, because I got to do a thumbnail. So the thumbnail for the unboxing will be with everything spread out. It seems to be nice. It seems to work. If there's a different type of thumbnail, let me know. On YouTube, I can make up to 3 thumbnails. And I do have a thumbnail editor. She works in St. Louis. She's amazing. I can't do thumbnails anymore. I did them for 4 or 5 years, and you just hit a brick wall where you just can't. I can't make another one. So that's my only person I have hired on. Once this is done, I'll have to edit this video, and it's on my phone. This is the Samsung S25 Ultra. It's got pause. So it's just I can hit record and then pause, and when I'm done, it's one file and I can stitch the files together. I have to keep it simple or I just won't get the videos done. If I have to sit down and do a bunch of editing, my brain can't work that way. So here's all the extra stuff. Mova didn't send a bunch of extra stuff. Not like the V50. We got a ton of stuff. It says it has a 3-year warranty. Who knows? I do recommend buying them off of Amazon or Walmart. I don't know about the manufacturer's websites. Their return policy, I don't think it's as good as the Amazon or Walmart. Especially right now during the holiday seasons, you're going to get an extra month or so. Here's my baseball card, so I write down everything I'm going to need, or all the specs, and then I'll make my baseball card out of it, but then I can talk about it. You know, spinning mop pads, dual leap wheels, hot water, hot air, 2 tanks. I get to where I don't even read the directions anymore, but I should kind of read them, but nothing new. They got 3 different mop pads. This is going to be are these actually different? That's going to be the key. It's so hard to tell. I mean, just looking at them, they're different a little bit, but it's hard to tell. I would expect it to be like completely different, but. And then you do get a set of extra pads, so that's and a dust bag. So that's good. You're going to be good for about 6 months. So now it's all about staging the photo. We got a really big label maker. This is the best thing I've done. Is putting labels on these. Now I'm putting the Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. It's not necessarily the sticker seal of approval, but I've had some of my videos taken or stolen. So if I have my sticker on these products, it keeps the videos from being used elsewhere. At least if they do, they're going to see it's mine. So I'm going to come up with something that is approval. It's turning out to be harder than I thought. So it's going to be a Just a Dad approval sticker. Somebody suggested a green check mark, which has worked really well for Prime days. And then I got colors. What color should we pick? Anybody got a suggestion? Okay, I'm in the comments. Let me see. Anybody got any suggestions on color? The base station looks huge. It is absolutely huge. Can't wait to have one of these stickers. Oh, I'm going to come up with something to get these stickers. I'm going to sell them, or just, we're going to come up with something. So I thank everybody for joining. Again, you can get a custom emoji in the chat if you membership. Okay, so then I kind of look at it and look at what's talking to me. Orange, green. Orange really stands out. Yellow. I think yellow. Yellow's talking to me. This Mobius is a weird name. I'm sure it means something. The robot looks like the V50 or the X50. Suction power is a little higher, but this is a pretty standard design. LiDAR goes up and down. Whoops, ran out of yellow. So again, if you're just joining, this is just the behind the scenes. I'm here Friday night. I got to make this video. I thought, why not just throw the live stream on? I know I didn't give a notification. I'll try to come up with a system in the future where I'm letting people know. I know this was just short notice. I do enjoy live streams. I know it's great to see behind the scenes of what's going on. I did put the testing in progress on a few because people were like, it's got the sticker. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna come up with something to where I can give out these stickers, sell them or something. Fast Signs makes them for me in Edwardsville. They're kind of expensive, but the bigger ones. But they're just good quality. This helps out so much in the videos. When I'm going through and sometimes I don't know what model it is. I mean, you'd think I'd have them all memorized, but then it really helps my thumbnail editor. Because I'll upload 10 videos or 10 pictures that I need thumbnails made, and she doesn't know robots, so, but she can see the sticker, and we got a system that we do. All right. Transfer over. So I've got my black tape on, I've got my stickers. Now what I'm doing is staging the photo. I've started tilting the robots up. You're always looking for an edge. I'm going to drop one someday. It won't stay. I'll move you so you can see more behind the scenes. Yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm just staging a photo for the thumbnail. And then I'll do a vertical clip for Instagram and TikTok and things. Then I'll do a vertical video. And there I'll have a vertical video that I can put on my Instagram story, on YouTube Shorts. Just kind of, I don't know. I think they're kind of fun. You can put them to music and okay, so now what you're going to see is I'm going to do my intro for the Amazon video. It's going to be very simple. I can't say price. I can't say follow me. I can't say, you just can't direct people off of the Amazon website. Oops. Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing on the Mova Mobius 60 robot vacuum cleaner. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I'll answer just a few questions before. I'm going to get pretty in depth here. Yeah, Mobius 60 is huge, yeah. Great day. Yeah, thanks, bud. Yeah, I got to lose about 30 pounds. And I am looking for some moderators for these live streams. I did have somebody get on, oh, I forget which one. So if somebody wants to be a moderator, reach out to me. What's the gimmick over the V50? This one can remove and replace the different mop pads. That's what the different colored mop pads are for. So I would like to get you guys, I want to get you a bird's eye view. So I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to get another. Here's the box that the Matrix came in. Now the Matrix 10 video drops Saturday morning. I think it's an hour and like 15 minutes long. It's over here. So its competitor is going to be, that looks all identical to the Mobius, but this actually works. This video drops Saturday morning, and I have been using it, and it's been doing a relatively good job. Let me just set you down for a second. Okay, I'm going to get you a better view. And again, I do have, there we go. These are more big. I know, right? I'm a little torn on why they're so big. I mean, it's going to be too big for some people. Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an Okay, I've got everything unboxed. It comes in a really large box and it is heavy, so be careful taking everything out. It does come with 3 different types of mop pads that are color coded, and all of those mean something. Here's the actual robot vacuum cleaner. It does have LiDAR navigation. I really like that it has LiDAR navigation and it can raise it up and down. We do get extra mop pads, 1 extra dust bag, power cord, 2 sample solutions of the multi-purpose, and the wood floor. So I'm going to talk about the base station first, then I'll move over to the robot. So it does come with a power cord. It's 6 feet long, 3-prong. You're going to plug it in right here. Make sure the switch is on right here in the down position, and it does plug into 120 volts, 60 hertz, consumes 640 watts of power when it's heating water. Now up top, we have a clean water tank, which seems pretty large. You're going to fill this up with just clean water. There's a little float in there to let you know when it's going to let the base station know when it's empty. And here's the dirty water tank. So it's going to wash the mop pads and then suck the water up into the dirty water tank. You will need to clean this out once in a while. You can see there. Press this button right here, and I had to open this door to get some of the packaging out. So press this button, there's a door that opens. This is where you're going to be storing the mop pads. And then there's a robotic arm here that's going to take these, put them down there, and then the robot will detach and put them on. So for different rooms, this is to help prevent cross-contamination, but then the mop pads are also designed differently. One holds heat, one has more absorption. So I'll go over all of that. And there's also hot air that comes out right here, and it's going to dry these mop pads. So right here, we're going to put our hand, pull forward. This is where the dust bag is. So the robot vacuums your house and mops, comes back to the base station. Everything's going to get sucked out of the robot into this dust bag. You have to change that out. It's very simple. Pull that about every couple months. The solution tank is a 2 solution tank. Blue is for the multi-surface, which is right here. And then it has hardwood floor or wood floor cleaning solution. You can go in here. You can also put their pet odor solution in the wood flooring place. It doesn't have 3 chambers, but it has 2. place for both of them to come out. And in the app, you can select which solution it uses. Now, when we plug this in, we're going to put it over here up against the wall. When you plug it in, this arm moves up. There's like a little track, and there was some shipping material here, so make sure you remove that. But that's going to move up out of the way so that you can store the robot. All right, let's put this back, put the top ears in. We do have a ramp. Let's go ahead and install the ramp. Make sure that's nice and flush. And then people want to know how big it is in inches and millimeters. I've had to learn the metric system all over again. Front to back, 18.5 inches or 47 centimeters. Now on both sides there is a nice handle. That is nice. Left to right, 16.5 inches or 42 centimeters. And if you wonder what I'm doing, this is a Samsung phone. I've got an external mic, but I'm just hitting start, it's pause. That makes one file. That means there's not much editing. I can't edit videos. It's way too time consuming. Now you do have to be able to lift the lid all the way up to get the water tanks out. That's 34.25 inches or 87 centimeters tall. The unit itself is only 23.25 or 59 centimeters. That'll wrap up the dock. Now we'll go over to the robot. Just checking in, see if anybody had any questions on the live stream on YouTube. I do, we're having fun tonight. Looks like there's 37 of us. Again, if you want a custom emoji, you can join my membership. I've got custom emojis. Like Team Roborock, Mop Roller versus Mop Pad. I figured we'd have a little fun with it. Interestingly enough, it doesn't say what colors for what. This is where I'm constantly having to research. There it is. Okay. So the different colors are in the... So that's the red is Thermomop, which says it holds heat, which how can a mop pad hold heat? It says it's made from special. The yellow is plush and the blue is a general purpose. So the yellow is plush. It's supposed to be really soft on your hardwood floors. This has some kind of space age material that holds heat. Maybe it's inside it. I don't know. And then this is like a general, probably what they've made always, like a general purpose one. And everybody's going to want to know, can you tell the difference? Okay, we have different color mop pads that mean something. The orange is Thermohold, yellow's plush, blue is Hyper Clean, which is like general purpose. Red. Okay, so here are the mop pads. This is the one that holds heat. Now, it will fill the robot up with hot water, and so it will spray hot water onto the mop pad, but it also, after it's done washing it in the base station, it says the mop pad will hold heat. You know, I'm not really sure exactly how it does that, but that's what it says. Now, one thing I will make sure these mop pads are on. Make sure the Velcro's engaged, so push them on. This does have a flexible mop pad, so if it's on an uneven surface, it's supposed to be able to maintain flexibility. They all 6 have the same holder. The holders are not color coded, just the mop pads are. So you can use this holder for any color. Now this one's supposed to be plush for being real soft on hardwood floors. I also think it's supposed to be like more water absorbent, maybe for like the bathroom. And then this is like the blue is the general hyper clean or general purpose. Now this robot's gonna map your house, and then you're gonna tell it in the app what room do you want it to use, this mop pad, this one, and this one. So you'll select which room uses which mop pad, and that's what this will do. It will automatically exchange according to when it goes and cleans the bathroom. It's going to go and grab whichever one you tell it to, and then it leaves. Then when it has to clean the kitchen, it comes back, drops the mop pads off. This arm goes and grabs them, and then it comes and gets the ones for there, and then it can move them. It doesn't wash them up here, but it does dry them. They will be washed before they're moved up here. So that's what this is for, cross-contamination. So bath water or bathroom mop pads are not mixed with kitchen mop pads or living room, or what else? It's cross-contamination and also these are made differently to clean different surfaces. Okay, let's take a look at the robot now. First, let's measure it. 13 3/4 or 35 centimeters. Okay, height, 3.5 inches tall or 9 centimeters. That's with the LiDAR lowered. It can raise and lower that. It is a little bit taller when it's up, I think about a half inch. There's 2 physical buttons. That's a home button and that's a power button. You're going to turn it on with that, and you can also start and stop. Now we do have a top here, and we want to take this bumper guard off. So now the bumper moves free. Since it has LiDAR navigation, it's going to map your house and then vacuum and mop in nice straight lines. On the front, we have an LED light. We do have a camera. You can turn this on or off in the app. It's off by default, but if you want it on, you can have it on. And this is an obstacle avoidance sensor. This is the side brush that reaches into the corner. Another sensor to let it know when it's up against the wall. We need to remove this sticker. That's where it's going to charge. This is to help it back up into the dock. This is where it's going to fill the docking station is going to fill the internal water tank with water. There's a tank in here, so that the tank will spray water on top of the mop pads to keep them wet. And you can control how wet the mop pads are. It's going to vacuum your house. Everything's going to go into this dustbin. It's pretty large. It auto empties out this little side door, which comes out right here. There is a filter. You are going to want to clean this filter. And they do give you no, they don't give you an extra one on this one. You're going to wash this underwater and let it dry in the sun. That you need to do about every 2 weeks. And there is a Wi-Fi reset right here, or you can reset the whole robot with a paper clip. Okay, so you're going to put the mop pads on here. Again, you can put some on there just to start off with, but it's going to put them on itself. So these are not extended, so I probably won't put the mop pads on. I'll put them in the door. This is where it sprays the water on top of the mop pad to keep them wet. It is able to move one of the mop pads right up against the wall. These are the drive wheels. Now these have special leap wheels. It can extend these little robotic arms to go over thresholds. It has to be a stepped threshold, but it can do a total of almost 3 inches or 8 centimeters, which is, this actually works very, very well. I've tested that and that works very good on other robots that have this exact same one. So that works really well for going over tall thresholds. Here we have the dual brush roller design. Let's pinch this, open the door. Long hairs are not going to wrap around the brush roller. This is fluted, so they're going to be directed to the end because it's open and then it gets sucked in. Make sure you put the door on. Make sure you get this in correct. All right. Now if we go around, we got some sensors. These are cliff sensors, so it doesn't fall down your stairs. You'll have to clean those about every 30 hours. Here's your carpet sensor. The robot can raise and lower the mop pads when it senses carpet. And it's also going to show you where the carpet is in the app. Another cliff sensor right here. And this is just a free spinning wheel. And it can raise and lower this. Whenever it sees liquid, it'll stop vacuuming and raise this. Or when it's in a mopping only event, it'll raise the brush roller and turn the vacuum off, so it's not dragging that in. Here's where I have to end the Amazon video, because Amazon, people that are shopping Amazon, they really like unboxings. You know, this is going to end up being an hour-long video. They don't want to see an hour-long video on Amazon. They just want to see what's inside the box a lot. And then I'll do a simple review video. So I'll stop that and then I'll start another video. I really do like the Mova Mobius 60. I like that it has LiDAR navigation. It's able to switch out its mop pads. I hope this unboxing video helped. Thanks everybody for watching. Okay, now I can go into, what you're gonna see me filming now is the rest of the YouTube video. I'll grab pieces of like it mopping and vacuuming. I'll take a section and I'll put that in I'll make an Amazon video. Here's how it mops and here's how but now I can talk freely in the YouTube video. I can start saying price. I can start saying go to my channel. I can start saying like and subscribe. When you're doing Amazon videos, that first part, it has to be very, I can't tell people to go off the website or you know, I can't talk about price because they say price fluctuates. Now I did buy this with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. Amazon just doesn't want people saying what the price is because prices are always changing. All right, I'll check the comments real quick. I'm back, okay. I'm glad you love your Mova P50, Freddie. Yeah, I haven't heard of this robot. Well, it's X11. I don't know if I'm going to do the X11 or not. Do they all feel the same? Yeah. Got 51 tonight. All right. So we're just behind the scenes. Hopefully the battery's going to last on my iPad. Yeah, I better plug something into it. Let me get a power bank. I've got a ways to go. Hopefully we're charging. So now we got a long way to go. We got to. Oh, now it's time to set it up. We're done with the table. We're gonna come over here. I gotta move the Shark. Now the Shark thermocharged, this video will be dropping soon. This is pretty cool. Now, it's not great, but it's probably the best Shark they've released so far. I know it looks like their old one, but it is new and it's got all new technology. So I gotta make room for this one over here. I do appreciate everybody joining tonight. We're just having fun, kind of unscripted. I'm going to be doing more live streams. This will be, we're going to put it right next to the Mobius, or the Dream. Maybe you guys want to be, I'm not sure where you want to be. I'll try to get you the best view. I got my second Aqua tin, and it's doing great. That thing's going to be a game changer. I am loving it. Now we're going to start mapping the home, and so I'll have time to answer some questions here in a second. I'll have to take people over and show them how to fill the tanks up. And oh, I forgot to tell people. Okay, so I just plugged the base station in, and that arm moves. I was going to capture it. So I didn't do anything. I made sure the power switch was on in the back, but you don't have to do anything. Now this is open. And there's a filter down here. That's a little different, I think. That's where it's going to suck the dirty water up. This is a little bit different design, I think. No, it looks about the same. For washing the mop pads with hot water. It fills the robot up, charges it, and auto empties. I meant to show people when I plug it in, that arm moves up. Okay, I've got the solution tank out. Let's fill, the blue goes in the blue. It's a sample bottle, so you don't get a whole bunch. The wood floor cleaning goes into the, this is supposed to keep your floors shiny now. It's a smaller tank, so it doesn't hold it all. And the videos are kind of simplistic, as I always assume that I treat this is like the first time this may be their first robot. So I try to keep things like very simple. Like I'm going to try to show you as much as it takes to get it going. Okay, let's install the solution tank. Again, it's right down here. And you're just going to slide it in, make sure it goes all the way in flush. Put the top teeth in, that's flush. Now let's go ahead and install the mop pads. Blue goes, they're just held on with magnets. And again, make sure the Velcro's engaged. I like that they're color coded. That makes very simple and easy. And now there's that arm. Here's the arm that's going to grab them, take them down, drop them off, pick them up, and it can put them back over here. That thing must extend, and it moves on this track. There is a light that shines through. So I will be comparing it to the Matrix 10. Very similar, but it looks like there are some differences. Show you I've got a little kitchen over here. Okay, the dirty water tank, you may want to invest in some Efferton tablets. I put one in my dirty water tank every time I empty it. It prevents odor. These things will really start to stink. And I also put a link to this brush from Walmart. There'll be a pop-up. It's $5. It's the best cleaning brush. You will have to clean these, and you'll need some spray cleaner. Dirty water tanks just get stinky and dirty. All right, let's fill the clean water tank up with water, just regular tap water, not hot or cold, just regular. Yeah, once we get this thing mapping, I'll sit down and I'll answer questions. This is for the YouTube live stream here. Once we get it mapping the studio, I'll sit down and answer any questions you got. Okay. Okay, it's time to turn the robot on. You're going to need the Mova app. It is free, but you have to have a username, like an email address and a password. So hold the power button for about 3 or 4 seconds. The lights should start coming on. It's going to make a tune, and it may lift its body up real quick, so don't be alarmed by that. And then we're going to connect it to, I'm using an iPad Air. You can use your iPhone or even a Samsung phone. It's the Mova app. Yeah. It lifts that, and sometimes it lifts the body up and down. All right. So we're going to go over here. You can click the little add button. We're going to scan. There's a QR code underneath here. Give it access to your camera and scan the QR code. Also, once you turn the robot on, that arm moves again. So it moved originally when we powered it on, but then when I powered this on, I can hear it moving again. So don't be alarmed by that. Okay, so in the app, you're going to find your username and password, or find your Wi-Fi. It only works on 2.4 gigahertz. Give it your Wi-Fi password, hit next. But now the robot has been turned on, so click that, hit next. Now we have to release the Wi-Fi. We're going to press these two buttons until we hear something. Okay, I heard. Click device hotspot. You're going to join. The robot transmits a Wi-Fi signal, and your tablet's going to connect to the Wi-Fi signal that this is transmitting. Then it should go back to its normal Wi-Fi after it tells the robot what Wi-Fi to connect to. So this is usually all automatic. Takes less than a couple minutes.
Robot and phone connected.
And sometimes you have to manually connect to the Wi-Fi in your Wi-Fi settings, but we're looking for 3 green check marks.
Network connected successfully. Place robot back into dock before starting tasks. When hearing
all right, finished.
start charging, it means the installation is in place.
Okay, so now we're going to grab the robot. We are going to put it in the dock, and we want to make sure and hear that. Now, those wheels get real tight when they're, yeah, just give it a second. They don't want to move. I could just hit the dock button, but I like to. There. Okay. I heard start charging, this turned to green. Those wheels, they get real solid sometimes. Sometimes they move real easy, sometimes they get solid. Okay, so let's go find, there it is. It's got 30, so let's hit enter. Okay, hit agree. It's going to walk you through a couple things. It'll recommend strategies, AI mop extend, side brush extend is on. You can change these later in the settings. Auto, LiDAR sensor up or down. If you have pets, turn the pets on. Do not disturb. I do recommend leaving that on. I'm going to turn mine off just because I got to do some testing. I'm going to turn my smart voice off. It does work. I just don't use it. You can connect it to your other smart speakers. Next step.
You can say to the robot, "Hey Mova."
It's going to walk you through some things. Clean Genius, yeah. Okay. Let's check for an update. You may get a pop-up saying there needs to, I do recommend doing all the updates first. Click the 3 little lines. Firmware update. Turn automatic updates on. It looks like we have the latest 10, 15. So, and we may, after it thinks for a while, it may say there's an update. So, okay, let's do a fast mapping. Now you're going to want to open doors, kind of put furniture where you need to put it, where it's normally going to be, and pick up toys, and hit fast mapping.
Start mapping. It will take about 5 to 10 minutes.
So it's going to travel around your house. It's really quiet when it travels.
Well lit, and do not block the room's entrance or move the robot or dock.
Yeah. Now sit back and enjoy. This is the coolest part of these robots. It uses LiDAR and it maps your house in real time. So as it travels around, you can see the map being created. Now this has a really nice feature. You can put a threshold. So if you have thresholds in your house, and let's say it won't go in that room because there's a threshold there, you can hit this button right here and add a threshold, and then it'll pause the mapping, add the threshold, and then it will go into that room using its leap wheels. And you can also do it with no-go zones. You can do these later in the map once the map is finished, But you can also do no-go zones and virtual thresholds while it's mapping. That's a nice feature. So we'll come back after it's been mapping. It's going to show you obstacles. You know, I haven't got the camera on yet, but it's saying there's an obstacle there. So, all right, let's go to YouTube. I'm going to bring the chat over to the, so if you waited around, we're going to see. Got questions, I'll try to answer as much as I can. Okay, let's turn some lights off. Okay, I haven't shaved, sorry. My wife is going to tell me. Oh, I hear that some roller vacuums leave. I don't know a lot about the water streaks yet. I haven't ran across the water streaks. I know Vacuum Wars did a special on that. Oh, hey, somebody gave me some money. Thank you. The Strode Life. Thank you. That's awfully nice of you. $19.99. Thank you. I do appreciate that. That does help. Okay, so which one was my first one? Boy, it was a shark. It was junk. I think it might have even been a Roomba. Okay, Prince, hi, can you tell me for the new roller, which, because I want to, oh, so I would probably get the Dream Aqua 10 is doing the best right now. I had issues. It is my second one. See, that's why I don't like those chats. When do we make a video about this robot? Okay, so this one will take a little bit to come out. I will have to do a little bit of editing. It'll be early next week. And again, I'm looking for moderators, so if somebody's interested in being a moderator, I'm going to be doing a lot more. There's a firmware for the L40. It's a game changer. I got to look into that. Yeah, this video will be posted next week. The Dream Matrix 10 is going to post Saturday. I've been working really hard. So the robot's mapping my studio right now. After it's done mapping, then I'll go through the recommended settings. It looks pretty cool so far. I mean, this is going to be the big, so, you know, are we going to, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I don't know if is there that, you know, do you see a difference in these? I mean, their design's different. Oh, they came out with a new firmware. Well, I need to try it. I'm not happy with Narwhal. I tried to send that one back, and they wouldn't take it. It was past the 30 days. But that's been I mean, I'm out of money, but it's going to be Saturday. That's tomorrow. Yep, Saturday, the Dream Matrix 10. So yeah, a Narwhal, that was just a friendly reminder that I've been stressing this to people now. What has been your go-to robot vacuum? Mova P10 Pro. It's hard to beat. It's on my website, justadadapproved.com. It's my number one pick. I know it's, you know, it's just this price point. It's not big and bulky. These are pretty big and bulky. Now, this Mobius 60 and this Matrix 10, I think, are going to be I don't know if it's the future, but they're going to be good. I can tell. But the V50, they're not much different than the V50 other than they can install different mop pads. So can you tell a difference? I mean, they don't, you know. And the Dream does something different. One of the Dream mop pads has some scrubbers, which, I mean, I don't, again, it's just, I would love to sit here and say, this is so different than this one. You're going to be amazed and shocked. I don't know. I like that it can change them. And I do think there are people that want to prevent cross-contamination. That's what Dream really focused on, was cross-contamination. You keep, this is for the bathroom, this is for the living room. That way, if you have kids that are on the floor, bathroom water is not possibly in the living room, So I can see that. Now, do these clean differently? This one seems a little thicker, maybe. But the robot's out mopping itself right now. Any questions? I will be doing more live streams. This is fun. I'll shave next time. My wife's going to kill me for not shaving. She hates when I don't shave. I just get lazy. I saw the Italian reviewer and the pads for the Mobius are not colored. Mine are colored. My L10S Ultra. That L10S is hard to beat. That thing's been hovering around $300 a lot. Do you notice the battery life poor? I know there's a lot of battery life talk, and I know some people will rate battery life, but for me, they go back and recharge. And we're never like, it's not like a cordless vacuum where you're using it, and when it runs out of battery, oh, I'm done cleaning. With a robot, I'm not watching it. So if it runs out of battery, well, then it goes back and recharges, and then it picks up where it left off. So I don't do a lot of battery testing because of that. It's just not something I've ever focused on. I haven't seen that tended to be a problem. More basement videos. Yeah, I need to do some because those things have been down there just cleaning like crazy, but they're dirty water. I haven't emptied their dirty water tanks in a while. I'm actually afraid now. Their dirty water tanks are going to be the smelliest thing in the world. So what more are you doing this for? Is this for Friday almost? So what's Friday almost? I'm not sure what that is. I'm sorry. Any questions while it's it's out mapping? Let's take a look at the map. Here's the map it's created so far. So I purchased, using your link. Thank you for doing that. But also had the green one on sale. This chat keeps going away. If you use my link on I put it on my website. Hopefully it's on my website. Or if it's in the video in the description, I would have received a commission. I do appreciate that. That does help. When you think about it, tell your robot to go clean the bathrooms last and wash. Yeah, and I thought of that too. That's a very good point. You could just have it change the order. That's a very good point. Yeah, it is. It's 30,000 pascals of suction, which that's a lot. I didn't see much of a difference when it was vacuuming my carpet. I think I got something else. Thanks for being awesome. Unfiltered, the strobe. Oh, you've got a YouTube channel. Thank you for doing that. The Strode Life. Am I saying that right? Unfiltered. What do you like most about the Aqua 10? It just works. And for mop rollers, that's tended to be hard to do because the Mova Z60 is kind of falling short in vacuuming and auto emptying. The narwhal flow gets stuck on black carpet. The iRobot, which is kind of noisy, but I'm on my third one and they got it fixed. So iRobot that video will be releasing. They just sent out a fix for their iRobot roller. So what do I like about the Dream Aqua 10? It's just working. There's been this big release of mop rollers and hardly any of them work. I sent back all the Ecovacs. They're just, you know. That I bought due to your recommendation is better than, yeah. That Eufy X10's just been around too long. That was a good robot when it first came out. Yeah, well, that's hard to do. I tried to get the temperature probe. It's very hard to do. I had a Q5 decided to upgrade to the L40. Its pathing drove me nuts. It's all over the place. Oh yeah, picked up yeah, definitely. That's good. Just return it. If you're in that 30 days, if you have any hassle at all, just return it. Did you hear about the uncommon Eufy, Mova, and Dream Stair? Yeah, that was real big over in Germany. I wanted to go to that Germany event, but I couldn't. I told whoever makes the first robot that can climb stairs is going to do very well. For a while, when I have a Mova, for a while, okay. I have a Shark ported upright vacuum and a hose and a brush attachment. Awesome. Yeah, it's safe to vacuum the filter out. Pascal's Roborock says the edge. Oh, okay, I need to change that. 17,000. Okay, thank you. And that was the S5V. The S5A. 7,000. Thank you. I've been doing everything you tell me to do for the app. For the white one, I just told you, and then something says it's cleaning complete. If it's that email that you sent, I get so many emails. I get 50 emails a day. I try to answer as many as I can. I might be getting confused, but I know somebody was having a problem with, I recommended making sure the carpet settings, it wasn't on a void carpet or something, so I apologize. Heavy duty robot vacuum like the best. I mean, the Eufy S1 Pro, the original one, that's sort of heavy duty, but. Let's see. Okay, now I figured that out. But none of them are, I mean, the Roborocks I've had for a while. And the performance of my L2S Ultras hasn't diminished. That's great to hear. My mother-in-law has the L10S, and she loves it. She's had it for over a year. I want to upgrade. I mean, the Mova P10 Pro will be a nice upgrade for you. The Dream L10S has smaller tanks. The vacuum is not quite as good. The mop pads don't raise as high as the Mova P10 Pro. The Mova P10 Pro would be a nice upgrade. But if something's working for you, then then don't. And she didn't want to upgrade either. Okay. For the last Friday of October 2025. I'm not sure what that means. Is the Dream X50 a quieter robot than the Matrix 10? No, they're the same. I read somewhere that this Pascal ratings see, it's all about airflow, and is it going to be on high all the time? And yeah, I agree with that. What do you think of the new Shark? Yeah, I got it. Now their app is old, but it's got some improvements. Shark is onto something. If they would just update their app. That video will be releasing this weekend. Dyson 360 Nav. Yeah, it's at my house. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that's my vacuum from my house, the Dyson. I'm okay with putting up with its shortcomings because of how well it vacuums. But I have to constantly find it. And when its dustbin fills up, it just stops at a random place. And it's quirky. Nothing vacuums like it. I just don't know how else to say it. Okay, I do apologize. I got to get back to making this video. The map is done. I will be doing more of these. So again, this is going to be kind of the behind the scenes of how I do these. So I'm going to go through the recommended settings. I'll kind of try to give you a sneak peek. That was a lot of fun. We need to we got to have more Q&A. That's just all there is to it. Yep, the Q5 is good. It's old. Is that the dual roller one? situated. I need to just put cameras around the place and just turn them on and off. Let me get the power brick. If this thing dies, we tried. I'll try harder next time. Oh no, it's charging. We're good. Drink tea. Drink tea. Robot doesn't pick up wet and dry spills. Okay. All right, here we go. Whoa, I about dropped it. Excuse me. Oh boy. Okay, that didn't take very long. And just by the way, I am doing a live stream tonight. So once in a while, look for my live streams on YouTube. I'm showing people behind the scenes. We're just having fun. I did a little quick Q&A for a while. I'm going to be doing more live streams. Okay, so the house is done. Proceed to adjustment. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to divide up the rooms. So you can pinch and zoom, hit divide. Nope, I don't want to merge. I want to divide. Select the room. Now that red has to be solid or it won't do the divide. I want to divide right here. Yep. That'll make two different colors. Take your time with this, and you can always change this later. You can merge two rooms. I'm going to divide this. Pinch and zoom helps. And then I'll merge this with this. Now let's click on name. Select an area you want to name. Now this is going to be, I recommend using what they give you because it does do different cleanings for different rooms according, like if it's a living room or a kitchen, it cleans it differently. But I'm going to give this one a custom name. It's going to be the corner test. And take your time with this. It really does help out with everything, naming everything and doing all the divides. Okay, so oops. Let's do thresholds. If you have thresholds and ramps. I don't have any thresholds, so I'm not going to put any thresholds. So let's go. So now we did room partition. Let's do no-go zones. You can do no mop zones, virtual walls. A virtual wall, you're going to keep it out of like a room. It's a line. It's a red line. It won't go past that red line. Normally I just use no-go zones, but I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put a no-go zone around this, back here in this room, there's a computer with a bunch of cables on the ground. I know it's going to, you just make it as big as you want, add as many as you want. You can't put it around the base station. You can do no mop zones, they're yellow. But it has a carpet sensor, so if you need to fine tune where it's mop, where you don't want it to mop, you can add those. Virtual thresholds, furniture. I don't do much with the furniture. Now the carpet, I recommend having it clean your entire house first. And then that carpet sensor is going to show you where the carpet is. And it's going to give you recommendations on, I found carpet and it's here. So, but let's add a carpet. You can't, yeah, it has to find the carpet first. Click on the carpet to adjust. So it doesn't have any carpet yet, but you're going to have to come back to that. Low line areas, this is where it's going to lower the LiDAR. So if you have a couch you want it to go under, you can add a low clearance area. It's a blue area and it'll lower the LiDAR and go underneath there. Curtains, if you have curtains, you can add a curtain and it'll stay farther away from it. Floor material, so I am going to do floor material. The corner test, we want the robot to clean with the direction of the floor, and we can pick that in the app. So mine goes horizontal and it'll be displayed that way. We've got floor tile, floor horizontal, or vertical, or other. So that's what I want. And we'll do clean and floor direction later. So mop, clean. Okay, so this is going to be important. This is, where do you want these mops, these colored mops, to be used? Because it's going to have to go back and change the mop pads every time it goes from room to room. So it says swipe up. Okay. How to adjust mop cleaning sequence. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's going to do all the mops at once. This, I like this. Okay, I think I understand. Okay, it's going to group the mops. This is going to make sense. I like this. I'll explain why. Okay, so first we're going to select, so figure out what rooms you want for the corner test. No, you have to, okay, first down here. So this is where it's going to be very important to label the rooms so you know what they are. So my corner test is, so you have to swipe over to find more rooms. So the corner test, select it. What do I want to move it to? Do I want it to be the corner test? I'm going to do the thermal mop. So I want it to move it to A. So it moves it to A group. So first, move the rooms to what mop you want it to do. Then they're grouped. Then you move what group do you want it to do in what order. That's smart. I don't think Dream does that. That way, it's not constantly changing mop pads going, oh, going here, going there. It's going to do all the C mop rooms first. Then you can change the order of this. Do you want it to do the A's first? You're supposed to, yeah. Hold the 3 lines. It'll do all the A's first, then the C's, then the B's. This is excellent how they figured this out. Hit the little check mark, confirm. Instead of doing room sequence, oh, and you change, okay, so mop cleaning sequence. So I think in the group now, you can change the order, I think. Yeah. So if you want the kitchen to be cleaned in the A group first, you press and hold and move it over. Okay, this is excellent how they did this. You can do intelligent recommendations, but I think it's better if you label your rooms. Tell it, again, let's just go over this real quick. The red is the thermal mop. So for me, that would be like kitchen, places that are going to have a lot of grime. Plush. Yellow is plush. This is going to be for powerful, so like bathrooms. Leaves, it says it leaves no streaks, so we'll see. Hyper clean is versatile. So if you don't know what room, just put the blue. That's like the versatile. Oh, and there's an overview. Retains heat to remove stubborn stains. Okay, well, we'll see. Plush, hyper clean. Okay, so there's your, click OK. Confirm. Wow, that's nice. This thing's always giving you pop-ups telling you to change stuff. Multi-floor management's right here. You can do multi-floor, map display, 3D. I like 2D. Okay, let's go into settings now. 3 little dots. Clean history is where you find your clean history. Schedule, the number one thing I tell people is put this on a schedule. You can always tell the robot, if it's bothering you, tell it to go home. But remembering to tell it to clean is really, really hard. Auto mop switching is on, and then you go right to the sequence, which we did in the map. That's nice. It's in the settings. Carpet settings. Vacuum, robot will only vacuum the carpeted area without mopping. More settings. It's going to raise the mop pads, or do you want it to leave the mop pads back at the base station? Your choice. And you can also have it clean carpets first. Carpet boost, it is kind of noisy. You can leave that on, but it does increase the suction to maximum when it's on carpet. Avoid, if you put avoid, it's going to avoid carpet and it'll just stay completely off of it. Ignore means it'll mop the carpet. And crossing means it will only cross it. So be careful with those bottom ones. Floor cleaning settings. Auto LiDAR sensor. You can turn it off where it doesn't raise it up and down. And you can go into extreme coverage. It'll lower it. It'll go into lower places. Frequency that it lowers it, I leave it on high. Collision avoidance is on. Pressurized cleaning. The robot will use the pressurized plate in the brush guard. Okay, so this has, I didn't see it when we had it underneath it, but there's supposedly a gate that comes down while it's vacuuming to help pressurize the robot. We need to look at that. Yeah, this is something I didn't see. How did I not see it? Oh, okay. I found it. Okay, so there is, it's right here in the front. I'm not going to mess with it too much, but supposedly when it's on carpet, there's a gate that comes down to help it pressurize the suction, so it's really cleaning the carpet. That's going to be hard to tell, but there is a like a fence or something that comes down there. That's going to be interesting to see. I don't think the Dream had, or the Dream had that. Okay, that's on by default. Clean along floor direction is on. Now, earlier I thought I changed that to this. Confirm, yeah. Didn't save it for some reason. Now the floor goes that way. And it'll clean along that floor. So add the dynamic obstacle cleaning. So if there was a dog laying in your floor and it went around it, at the end of the job, it'll go back and see if the dog has moved. Stain cleaning. I leave these off. These are kind of like lab functions. It's okay to turn them on, but if you start having problems, I would turn those off. Pet care. There's all kinds of pet functions and stuff. It's a lot of stuff going on. I might do a separate video on that. Mop extend, side brush extends, mop extend, mop extension for gap. I typically don't do that, or cleaning under legs. Frequency, I like it to be on high. Clearance, this is how it goes over threshold. See those robotic arms it deploys? It can go staggered or hurdle or synchronized. Dock settings, okay. Wash settings. Auto wash, smart mop based on the environment. I mean, you can do smart mop washing or auto. Lot to choose. Washing mode, light, standard, or deep. Water temperature. We've got normal, no heating, mild, warm, and hot. And we've got this high, you've got this high temperature soaking. I'll just leave it on warm. Dust box and bag drying, it's going to blow, the fan's really low that it blows air inside the dust box. Auto empty settings, I like to leave this on high. Air compression's on. Detergent settings. Mop with detergent, mop washing with detergent. Tank A, which is the general purpose, is balance. That's all you get to do. You can either turn it off or it figures it out for you. Tank B, you can either turn it off or you tell it what's in there. You can either put, if you have the pet on, you can add pet solution. Balance is once a week or high. I like high frequency. It'll quickly consume tank B, but I like more solution. And if you're going to clean the washboard, that's a different video. Intelligent optical avoidance on. Pet pictures. You have to agree. Now it'll take pictures of obstacles. Fill light is on. Real-time camera. You got to hit enable. Give it a passcode. And then you can use it as a remote video camera. More functions. That's where you turn do not disturb on. Resume cleaning, because this thing will go back and charge and clean at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Child lock notification, remote control, device maintenance. You've got robot water tank draining. You got mop, transport carrier reset. That's a new button. Dock pairing. That's a new button also. Locate robot. Battery, you can set how high it charges it to help save the battery, off-peak charging. Accessories, this is when it's telling you the time. You got to reset these filter. When you change the filter, you got to reset the timer. Mop pads, dust, those are all just as needed. Help, device information, this is where you change it to square feet. You change the name if you want. And firmware update, make sure that's on. And we have 4391015. That's what it shipped with from the factory. So, okay, we're good. Now we're back here to this page. When we want to do all the room cleaning and it does it in that order which we determined earlier, you can select this. Do you want to do Clean Genius, where it figures it all out for you? They don't really tell us a whole lot about it. You can do vacuum and mop or mop after vacuum. Or you can do a custom. You can do a vacuum your entire house, which I do recommend vacuum your entire house first. That way it figures out where all the carpet is. You can kind of edit the map a little bit more. Or you can just do a Clean Genius your entire house. It's fine. It's going to use a lot of water at first. You can do mop only, set the different wetness levels, mop wash frequency. Do you want it by time, by room? That's where if you didn't want the kitchen water to be mixed with the bathroom water, you could just do by room, but it's still going to change the mop pads. Let's see, let's go back. And then you got different patterns. How tight of a pattern. It's going to use more water, but it's going to do a deeper cleaning. Vacuum and mop, mop after vacuum, and then custom. Vacuum, again, we got 4, and then turbo, and then 2 routes. You can do a room, 1, 2, or 3 passes in a room, and pick the rooms. It'll do them in that order you pick. Okay, it'll kind of bypass that order you selected earlier, and it'll do them in this order. It'll still use the same mop pads you told, and it'll change them. So, and then there again, you can do vacuum, mop, mop, and vacuum. You got all the stuff you had before. You can do zones, add a zone. You can move it where you want. If the kids made a mess in one room, then they made another one. And you can do 1, 2, or 3 passes, and you can tell it how you want to clean that zone. Let's go back to all dock. The used water tank is good. The detergent, these are all green lights to let you know. You can do manual auto empties, manual washes, manual mop drying. You can start and stop the drying. These are handy whenever you're doing multi-floor. You've got to do that manually yourself. Let's go back, and then under, this is where you enter, under the Me, voice control. This is where you connect it to the other smart speakers. Click on those. Okay, so it's time to do some quick cleanings. Okay, that's done with the recommended settings. I really like, there's some really good settings in this one. This one might beat the dream just from the settings. Okay, we're going to do a mop. Let's do a mopping only. Still 31 of you here, all right. You're going to get to see the world famous corner cleaning test. I got time for just some quick messages. Gotta go just a quick Okay, I'm back. All right, we got to get some mud on the floor. Coffee. A mixture of just everything. Kitty litter, confetti, and cereal. Then we got to do some long hairs. These things have got super sensitive. If they see a bunch of black hairs together, they think it's a cable and it'll just avoid it. So I got to kind of make them apart. Get my mud. So I got my mud and my paw print. Got our cable. We'll check obstacle avoidance. Gotta grab the robot. Now I gotta do some pictures. All about the thumbnail and pictures. Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a quick mopping review with the Mobius, the Mova Mobius 60 robot vacuum cleaner. This robot has a base station that it can remove and replace and put different mop pads on for different situations. Here I'm going to have it put the red ones on so it can deep clean this muddy paw prints here. But we do have some plush ones that it can do gentle mopping on really nice hardwood floors. Here's the base station, and the base station has a robotic arm that it can grab the mop pads, put them down there, and then the robot can take them on and off. The base station also washes the mop pads with hot water. So this is in the app, you'll tell it in which room you want which mop pad to use. Here we have a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. Okay. Who's excited for the mopping test? If you waited around, you're going to see something really cool. How long does one video need to be made? They usually end up being about an hour long, but it's been taking me, I've been working on this now for 2 hours. Ooh. Okay, let's do a room clean. Let's select room, 2 passes, this room. It's going to use this mop, which it says is the thermal mop, which holds heat. Custom, vacuum and mop. Turbo, we'll turn the wetness up a little bit. We can always turn it down. And then we'll hit start. First thing it's going to do, it's going to switch the mop pad. And now the robot will back up and attach those mop pads. Sorry, I should have showed everybody that. The robotic arm put the mop pads down below. Now the robot undocked itself, and now it's going to go back. It's going to install those mop pads now. Sorry, I should have showed that to you. You'll get to see that up close and personal in my video that releases. So the Dream that's right next to it, that's the Dream Matrix 10. That releases tomorrow. It's an hour-long video, but it's everything you need to know about the Matrix 10. And now it's going to wash the mop pads. So now it's going to use the water, heat it up. It's going to fill the internal tank up with water. So it takes about 2 minutes. We're over here. It's washing the mop pads. Sorry. I've got my handheld camera ready to go. And see, all I do is hit the start button and it starts. And then I can pause the video. Again, don't forget to check out my membership. You can get a custom emoji. So when you're doing these chats in the... Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad to do it. We're having a lot of fun. Let's do it. Yeah, it's washing them up. We're getting close. Still washing them up. There's the dirty water pump. That sounds about normal. I know on the Dream Matrix 10, it sounds like a thunk. It sounds different on the Dream, but the Matrix sounds good, or the Mova. All right, here we go. We've got the special mop pads. Oh, they're cold. They don't hold temperature. All right, let's do this. I'm doing a live stream, so I'm sorry. Once in a while I do live streams of behind the scenes, so. Okay, let's see how the Mova Mobius 60 cleans up this big mess. Now it can extend a mop pad up against the wall. Wow, it's doing a great job in the corners. It's going to do 2 passes. Now it's going to do the perimeter of the room first, then it's going to come back and do the nice straight lines. The first pass will be left-right because I have it cleaning in the floor direction. Then the second pass will be up-down. Now we'll check its obstacle avoidance. I can also put a low lying area where that piece of furniture is, and it'll lower the LiDAR. So it is avoiding that cable. It recognized it, and now it's going to go around it. And I do have the camera turned on, and it's going to take a picture of that obstacle. Now, when a cable's laid out like that, it can be really hard to recognize. That's doing an excellent job of recognizing. And it's staying well away from it. I think it's turning its side brush off because it sees a cable. All right, now it's going to go back and forth in the nice straight lines. Get my little cart so I can show people. And in the app it says wood floor care in progress. And the floor is nice and wet. All right, that's the first pass. We got a little bit of smearing. Again, those mop pads are, the robot's putting water on them, keeping them wet, and the mop pads have to capture that mud. Not too bad for a first pass. The second pass is going to come up, down. Now for a big muddy mess, I might have it do 3 passes. For everyday mopping, it's going to do a great job. All right, it's getting ready to do the second pass. It's going to do the perimeter of the room first again. Again, we can see it in live view right where it is on the map. Ooh. It lowered its LiDAR automatically and I missed it. I never put a low line area there. So it knew to lower its LiDAR automatically. I like that. And it has a light, an LED light that it can turn on. Again, that's about 4 inches, that piece of furniture. With its LiDAR lowered, it's only 3.5 inches tall. So it'll raise that LiDAR back up once it's done. It's really clean in that area. Maybe it's cleaning it twice because we're doing 2 passes. There, it raised the LiDAR back up. Now it's going to continue cleaning this room. It automatically added that blue square. That's a low lying area. It added that automatically. Now again, it's doing the perimeter of the room on the second pass. It's avoiding this cable. It took a picture of it. I can see it in the app. I really do love the Mova Mobius 60. I hope this video helps. Thanks everybody for watching. Okay, second pass. There's a little bit left in the corner. Wow. That corner is clean. Now, hopefully it's going to get the rest of this on the second pass. We've got like a status bar on the side to let us know. I don't know if this has dirt detect or not in the base. I don't think it does, which when Mova has that anyway, it only works in Clean Genius. It doesn't work with these. I wish they all had dirt detect. I like that it added that. I like seeing this color there. Wood floor care in progress. I could stop. I could hit wash mop now. It would stop what it's doing, go wash the mop and come back and finish this room. But we're getting that matrix type of clean now. I could, so if this was bothering me, say I was doing a whole house clean, I could hit the exclude this area. It would leave my room and go to the next room. I've used that a lot. And you can also add an extra clean. I've used that a few times, but sometimes when you got them on a schedule, they just start bothering you. It's very quiet. And when it's doing a mopping only run, it's extremely quiet. Those wheels, there's something about those wheels to where they're just super quiet. I got to get my white glove. All right, we got the white glove. Okay, we got a little bit right there, a little bit in the crevice. There's a little bit there yet. It's doing an excellent job. A little bit right here, and a little bit in that crevice. So not too bad. A third pass would have done a great job of getting that. And it's about to finish here, and then it's going to go back. So not too bad. All done. Going back to the dock.
Cleaning completed.
Corners are clean.
Return to the dock to charge.
Excellent job. Excellent job. Got underneath there. This did better than the Dream Matrix 10. Again, this is the first look. Here's the live stream I'm doing. I got 29 people on. Whoops. Now it's going to wash those mop pads with hot water, then dry them with hot air. It's going to do an auto empty too. So we'll get to hear the auto empty because it did vacuum.
Start charging. Start auto empty.
Sounded like it got it all. It's very quiet.
Start cleaning mop pads.
Again, there's that arm that it used to grab those mop pads and put them down there. Clean water tank, dirty water tank. Okay, let's go get set up for a carpet test. Okay, now it's time to do carpet test. Any questions real quick? Carpet Expert. Out of these two companies, what brand? You know, they're all about Dream. I would use Dream over Ecovacs. I mean, they're all about the same. Head to head against V50 coming up. Yeah. All right, we're going to get set up for the carpet test. We're going to put some kitty litter Do like some kitty litter right here. Coffee. You get it too thick and it may avoid it. Whew. Oh. And some cereal. Kind of some cereal chunks.
Task completed. Please empty this water tank timely. Start dehydrating mop pads.
Okay, I just missed it. It's starting to dehydrate the mop pads. Now I can hear it. It's not super loud.
Mop drying on the hatch pause.
It dried.
Close the hatch promptly.
Interesting. All right, in the settings I changed it to mop detach. Again, there's all the different colors I've got. Let's do a zone. It doesn't know that there's carpet here yet because I haven't done a whole home clean. That should do it. 2 passes. Vacuum only. We'll go max plus.
Start zone cleaning.
So it's going to detach the mop pads.
Mop pads removed.
I suspect vacuuming, it's going to be like a Dream X50 or L50 or the Mova V50. I've got a bunch of long hairs, coffee, confetti, kitty litter. Hello everyone, it's just a dad. Let's do a carpet test with the Mova Mobius 60. I've got a bunch of dirt and debris on this carpet. I've got it turned up to its max carpet setting. It's removed its mop pads, so it's vacuuming only. Got a bunch of kitty litter, coffee, confetti, and long hairs. It's going to do the perimeter of the room first, and since it has LiDAR, it's going to go back and forth in the nice straight lines. I'll try to get you closer. How's that? You like that look? It's not up to par, but they're doing better. Okay. Doing a good job of vacuuming so far. It does not turn its side brush on carpet. So it's done with the perimeter of the room. Now it's going to go back and forth in the nice straight lines. Yeah, it lowered its suction, now it ramped it back up again. It's doing an excellent job of vacuuming. There is a few long hairs right there it left. Maybe it'll get them on the second pass. Got our first hair clump. But again, it's going to do 2 passes. I don't want to get too close to it or it'll think I'm an obstacle, which I may have already stepped too close to it. Yep, I think I did. That's a pretty good job. The Mova's doing a great job of vacuuming. I hope this video helps. Thanks everybody for watching. Okay, so I'm gonna put some fake poop down now. Looks like it's coming back to get this little area. I think I stepped there and it didn't like that. We do have some clumping. This is pretty typical with this dual brush roller design. I'm just curious. All right, it's doing second pass, perimeter room. We got some clumping. The Dream did it, the X-Fit, all these robots do it that have that dual brush roller design, except I need to do some more testing with Roborock has a split brush roller. Ooh, it does avoid it. It kind of touched it a little bit, but it did recognize it. Dynamic obstacle avoidance, because it was not there on the first pass. Yep, just runs the chip over, so. I wasn't sure. It is an excellent vacuum though, don't get me wrong here. It's doing an excellent job of vacuuming. I had the X50 at my house for a couple months. It's got the same dual brush roller design, and I never had any hair clumping with that design. But when I test the X50 and these here on this carpet with black hair, you can see it sometimes. And the more hair you use, the more clumping you get. And those hairs are from a wig. They're really long. I'm not trying to make excuses for it. I'm just letting you know. But I never experienced the clumping like that at my house. And I do have a dog that sheds, and my wife has long hair. Some ground in coffee there. This does have a gate that it puts down, like a fence, to help increase suction. I'll try to get a video of that. Sorry. Oh, it's running that poop over. We're going down. We're gonna get this gate, so. Oh, it's running that poop over. So much for, okay. I don't know if you can see it. Bear with me here. It's in the front. It's in the front. I think we can sort of see it. Bear with me. Trying to get you the best. In front of the brush roller, there's a gate that puts down. You know, I'll try to get it when it finishes. Maybe we can see it raise it. And I do have it on its highest setting, so it is pretty loud right now. Sorry. Well, you can sort of see it. I don't think it's on the back.
Cleaning task completed. Returning to the dock to charge.
I was hoping we would see it. See it raise it or something. Nope, no such luck. Okay, I'm laying down. It's not gonna be able to get back home. Well, was that fun? $6.40, 3 hours. I got it all messed up. It can't find its way back. Okay, so this floor is really clean. One hair clump. It did not recognize that poop, but it did recognize that. So obstacle avoidance maybe. The Dream had better obstacle avoidance. I'll just tell you that right now. But wow, great carpet cleaning. It did get rid of those clumps. I didn't put quite as much hair down on this because I didn't want it to avoid it. If you get too much hair in one spot, it'll just, well, the Dream did. So, but I don't know if the vacuum is the same or not. It seemed like the Mobius did a little bit better, but they're the exact same brush roller, except this does have that gate that comes down, which didn't look like a whole lot. There's the pattern. I'll make sure it auto empties. Because the Z60 does not auto empty very well when it's got a big mess. It's got a design flaw. This is kind of the older design, so it should be okay. It auto emptied. Yep. Yep, we're good. We're good. I think that gate's, I think it's right here. I was trying to video it. I think that moves, but it's not the entire length. There's nothing back here. I think it's right there, but they don't say a whole lot about it. I don't see anything back here that would move. Take a look at the mop pads. You know, it says it has material that keeps them hotter. I don't know. All right, let's just take a look at the dirty water tank. It didn't use a whole lot of water. This was from the earlier mopping. So yeah, it got the dirt. So again, day one, first look, no problems. The traditional hair clump, I'm not too worried about the hair clumping. I know if you have Huskies, you know, my 3 Huskies, it may be an issue, but there are not many vacuums that can handle that. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. It's working. It's doing a good job of cleaning. I got to do some more research. I don't think it has dirt detection. Dream has dirt detection. That's where when it sucks the water up into the dirty water tank, it passes through a sensor. And if the water's dirtier than normal, the base station tells the robot, go back and remop that area. So let me know in the comments if you think it has it. I didn't see it in the settings right away. Usually, here we had selected room. There's the first room we did. Usually it's in dock settings. No, I don't see it. I don't think it does. Which it is $100 cheaper. Right now the Matrix is $1,800. It's on sale. Normally $2,000. Of course, as soon as I bought it, it goes on sale. $1,600. I'm sorry, it's $200 cheaper. So the Mobius 60 is $200 cheaper. Right now it's the buy, but I've been using the Dream for about 2 or 3 days. It's doing great. But that there are some differences. That comparison will be coming up really soon. So Is this a buy? Yeah, it is. It's going to keep my Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. $1,600. That's full price. Mova loves to put their stuff on sale. I don't know what the sale price or when it'll be on sale, but if that thing's $1,200, man, that's a pretty good deal. If you can pick this up for $1,200 to $1,300, I'm happy, because I do think there is a place of keeping mop pads separate. So again, it's Just a Dad approved at this point. Again, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. I think I will throw it up, both of them up there on there. I'm going to throw the Dream Aqua 10 on my website. It's had enough testing now. I think it's going to be okay. I will be doing more videos, more comparisons with these, but right now the Mova P10 Pro is still my favorite for just being a $600 robot. When it's on sale for $450, it's hard to beat. And again, I'm behind the scenes, I'm doing a live stream. So there's an hour and a half, almost a 2-hour live stream where I show you how I make these videos. It's from start to finish. Right now there's 29 people watching. You can join. Yeah, see, good Friday night. So people are having fun. You can join a membership, get a special emoji. I do have channel memberships where it's a way of helping support my channel. But the main way of helping support my channel is my website. I really do appreciate everybody's support on my website. When you go to my website, the product doesn't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It's just a quick, easy way to find the products that I'm approving that are just going to give you a good time. But again, this is a reminder. Keep the box, use it. The quickest and easiest way to return it is within that first 30-day window. We're in the holidays now, so you're going to get an extended time. And if you've ever been to UPS on January 31st, there's a bunch of people returning stuff. So use it. I got the Shark robot. I got a Roomba. That's my third Max 705. They just came out with a fix. I did a video on showing people how to do the fix. Again, I did some Ninja Crispy, but when the big events happen, I list all the sales, and then the sales just become real apparent. Like the L10S, when it was $300, no one around it was better. So Black Friday's coming. It's gonna be like a 2-week long event. I'm gonna be doing the same thing. I'll be doing live streams. I'll be doing videos, and my website will be updated. And it's going to have this updated picture. This is turned out to be just a great thing to help people. These are just the ones to get. Like if you're looking to spend $700, the Mova P50 was, $549. The Roborock S5V was great. So I'm going to be doing this for all the major sales events. And again, you can find this. I'll take a picture of this. I do videos of it. I explain the differences. And you can find this all at justadadapproved.com. Sign up for my emails. When the products do go on sale, I send a quick email out to let everybody know. I do have some of these floor cleaners. I got a lot of requests to do the narwhals and the Dream H15 Pro that does carpet and hardwood floor, and the Roborock F25 Ultra. So again, justadadapproved.com. If you could, please like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Okay, YouTube, I'm coming. I'm coming. We'll say goodbye. We'll just answer a few questions real quick. What'd you guys think? That's behind the scenes. Any questions? Aqua 10? No, my second Aqua 10's not leaking. So they had a bad batch apparently. I'm not sure what was going on. They had I do like it. Thanks. Keep up the good work from another dad. Awesome. Thanks. Good Friday. Problem with these high end is battery life. They can go very long compared to I have 2 Mova and 1 Dream, and for battery life, nothing beats the P10. Awesome. I'm so glad. I love hearing the positive feedback from the Mova P10 Pro. I recommended that, and I can see how many people click on my link, and a lot of people bought that robot, and I'm like, I got to be right. And I do feel very confident in that Mova P10 Pro, the Dream L40. Any robot that's on my website, I am very confident. You may get a broken robot. I can't help that. But if it's good, it's not going to give you hassle, and you're going to like it. Now you may return it for other reasons. It may be like it didn't clean the marble floor as good as I'd like. Well, I don't do a lot of testing on marble floor and stuff like that. So there's always things like that. I don't know if I'm gonna do the Ecovacs. I'm just it's been burned. I'm not a big fan of their products. They're just, I don't know. And it comes down to budget. Right now, my budget's blown. That's $4,000 of robots just between those two almost. Whew. It's just, I don't have that big of a budget. I've got to, yeah. And that's what's kind of made me mad about the narwhal, because I waited 2 weeks too long and I couldn't send it back. And I spent like $1,500 on that narwhal flow, and I needed to send that back because it's not good. But I can't. But it just reminded me to remind people, test these in the first 30 days, box it, keep the box. If you don't like it, box it up and send it back. Easiest way to send them back is through Walmart and Amazon. With Amazon, typically, if it's broke, they usually come pick it up. But if you just don't like it, oh, sorry. So somebody unsubscribed because they thought it was a QVC channel. Somebody said it isn't real time. Sorry. I guess I made somebody mad. Question, do you have an actual No, this is my full-time job. I worked for the Federal Aviation Administration. I was a electronics technician for 17 years. I worked on the ILS, the landing systems, the navigation systems, the radios. I traveled all around. We had a big area. It was just a lot of road time. You'd have to travel from one airport to the other airport, might be 3 hours away. And we got really short-staffed, and it ended up being a big headache. So thankfully, I was doing this part-time. And then when the part-time, I could see, wow, I can actually do this for a full-time job. I just did it, and I'm like, I made the jump. It was a gamble. It was a risk. I prayed about it, and it's been the best decision of my life. I love what I do. I loved what I did there, but it just got to be the same thing, repetitive. And we went from a staff of 12 down to 4. And the travel, constantly on the road. Ugh. Okay. Carpet expert. Yeah. Is that the cordless? Which carpet expert you thought? I've got a lot of vacuums on so I got a section for cordless vacuums and corded and coffee makers. I sell my own coffee. I used to review a lot of coffee makers. So it made sense to kind of brand my own coffee. But then this robot vacuum cleaner just came up nowhere. I'm in a small room. What would you recommend that self-empties that has a mop? Dream L10S. It goes on sale for $300. Go to my website, Dream L10S. They have a bunch of L10Ss, but when it's on sale for $300. Oh, the carpet cleaner. Yeah, it's on my website. It should be without stain striker. I'll make sure and put that on my website. I need to update it's hard to beat the shark string. Okay, I have. Okay. Yep, the Dream L10S. That's what I would recommend for the small room. Cool. Thanks. We'll be doing more of these Q&As. These are I got a lot of information, and I love sharing the information. It's kind of niche. It's a lot about robot vacuum cleaners and other vacuum cleaners and other things. They just don't change as much, thankfully. Cordless vacuum cleaners change very little. Corded vacuum cleaners even less. Carpet cleaners, not as much. These robots, whew. So I do appreciate everybody's support. We almost did 2-hour live stream. Wow. Again, I have a membership. I thought it would be a fun way to give yourself an emoji in these chats. I do see a lot of people are talking and communicating, so I do appreciate, and I am looking for some moderators. If somebody's wanting to be a moderator. Canadians, oh, somebody didn't like me at all. Somebody joined, all right. So yeah, the Dream's dropping tomorrow. I noticed the L10S lacks settings, even if it's more expensive than the L10S lacks in app settings, yeah. EDS 20, yeah, that's okay. I've done the EDs a little bit. They're okay. They're kind of like Ecovacs. So yep, I'd say I'm working overtime today, but I love it. I gotta get these videos are important. I know a lot of people have been asking about the Mova. Maybe I'll get it out Sunday. I got to do a little editing and get the thumbnail made. My thumbnail editor, she's already got to make 4 or 5 for these other videos. That'd take a little time off. We were doing some work around the house. My daughter moved half a country, across the country. So we took 5 days off and moved her. She's married. Yeah, my wife had a women's conference, so I kind of helped out there a little bit, but mainly we had a lot of stuff going on around the house. And I worked a lot of hours during Prime Big Deal days. I wanted to get people the best robots at the best price, so I was working 10, 12-hour days there, so I did take about a week off. Now I'm back in the swing of things and getting geared up for Black Friday. There's going to be huge sales. Look for my website and lots of review videos and just day of videos. Those are exciting. Those are fun times. When the sales happen, it's like boom, boom, write them all down. Oh yeah, here's the sale. Here's the good point. Here's the good ones. And I just love doing those videos. Here's the robot. Here's the best robot to buy right now. So again, I'm going to take off, everybody. Thanks, everybody. This was fun. We're going to do more of these. I'll get a better setup. I'm going to invest in a little bit better technology for doing more live streams. So thanks, everybody. I do appreciate all the support. Thank you.